Welcome, everybody, to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today. And this week sees the release of a very anticipated horror sequel. Train to Busan presents Peninsula, hitting store shelves along with the action drama Ava, the fantasy action adventure The Iron Mask. Season 5 of Better Call Saul is coming out, and how can I forget this, guys? Of course, Criterion Collection is releasing Martin Scorsese's The Irishman, plus much, much more. So let's go see the deals, exclusives, and we are at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. All right, everybody, we are in at Walmart, and hey, actually, crazy enough, they actually have stuff from last week, guys. They finally have the New Mutant stuff here, $29.96, $24.96, $19.96. They have that. That was from last week. They also have the Broken Hearts Gallery from last week. My God, man, finally they have some of the new stuff from last week. Jesus, this was like all empty last week, man. Good God, they have that. They also have Unhinged as well over here. So they do have all the stuff from last week. I mean, better late than never, right? I mean, at least they do. But where is actually some of the newer stuff, though? I mean, they got all of the stuff from last week, but what about the newer stuff? Well, actually, that's all the way on the very bottom. I would not have known about any of the stuff on the very bottom unless I was digging and really looking, because if you weren't looking, you would think they wouldn't have anything at all, but they actually do have some of the new releases. So let's dive into that. Now, they do have the Blu-ray of Ava for $14.96. They have the DVD for $12.96. Now, I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime, and I was interested in it because it seemed like another sort of kick-ass female assassin type of movie. And we've been seeing a lot of those over, man, the past decade, I would say. There's been a ton of them. The trailer looked good, so I figured, what the hell, man? And I think this movie was actually supposed to come to movie theaters, if I'm not mistaken. But again, the goddamn coronavirus, man, screws everything up. And so I think it went directly to streaming. So I wanted to check it out. Basically, it's about this woman who is an assassin and played by Jessica Chastain. And she has a lot of family drama and a lot of issues going on. And the people that she worked for doesn't exactly trust her and want her out of the way, so they're trying to manipulate her family, and going after her and trying to eliminate her, and it's just her sort of quest for survival. It's not a bad movie, actually. I really like Jessica Chastain in this. I like Colin Farrell. John Malkovich is really good. Common isn't terrible, I'll give him that much. I mean, the action is pretty good. Jessica Chastain is really kick-ass in this movie, man. I love the action scenes where she's just beating the shit out of people. The hand-to-hand combat, really great stuff. The family drama stuff. The family drama stuff is decent. It's not terrible. It's a little bit melodramatic for my taste. It's not completely effective either. I was more of a fan of the ass-kicking stuff than I was actually the family drama stuff. I mean, it was great to see Gina Davis in here. My God, I hadn't seen Gina Davis in a long while, man, playing her mother, and she does a really great job. But the family drama just didn't really get to me as much as I wanted it to. The assassin stuff is what really kept me going, and that is really good in the movie. So overall, I did enjoy that, man, but it's sort of half and half. It's a really good kick-ass female assassin movie, but the drama just unfortunately didn't quite hold up for me. But the acting is good, though. So half and half, but not bad, though. Not bad at all, man. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray of Iron Mask, Blu-ray digital, I should say, for $14.96. They also have the DVD for $12.96 right here. Now, I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime, And I really did not know what the hell I was getting myself into with this film. I seriously did not know, man. I knew this movie existed because I had seen some sort of trailer for it a long while back, man. So I knew it was in existence, but I had never actually seen much of it otherwise outside of that. But I was like, okay, Jackie Chan and Arnold Schwarzenegger teaming up in a movie together. I'm like, man, we'll talk about odd pairings, man. Good Lord. Kind of reminds me of like Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, but yet that worked for some odd reason. So I'm like, okay, why not give it a shot? And the movie, god damn, it's really hard to describe this movie, man. It really is. It takes place in like old ancient Chinese times, and it's about dragons and wizards and princesses, and man, it is such an odd mashup. It's this sort of Hong Kong action movie mixed with sort of a fantasy. I guess if I had to say it, it has elements of Lord of the Rings, Pirates of the Caribbean, I mean, Mortal Kombat too, I guess I would say. Like, probably Mortal Kombat, because there's characters in here that look straight out of like a Mortal Kombat game. Like, literally, I was watching the movie and I was like, come on, say it. Come on. You know you want to. And I was waiting for one of the characters to be like, Mortal Kombat! Like, I was just waiting for it, man, and it never happened. And I was like, oh, damn it. I was hoping. It's just a weird mashup of ideas. And it's kind of a clusterfuck of a movie. I mean, it really makes no sense, the storyline whatsoever. The acting isn't half bad, but it really just doesn't come together in a satisfying way. I mean, some of it is pretty good. Some of the action I liked. Some of the fantasy elements were kind of cool with the dragon, and some of the like weird looking characters with like lightning powers, like almost like ninja with like lightning skills, almost something straight out of like Big Trouble in Little China or something. I mean, so weird. I mean, the movie at moments is like a huge ripoff of things. Like there was huge moments where it was like ripping off Pirates of the Caribbean, and other moments where it was like a complete ripoff of Mortal Kombat. Like it's almost like they took a lot of really great ideas and splashed them onto the screen, and not all of it worked really effectively. You know what I mean? It kind of was like a movie where they puked all of the ideas onto the big screen, and it was just a mashup of stuff. It has its entertaining moments, though, I will give it that, but man, it's just a weird clusterfuck of a movie, though. And just so you guys know, if you're thinking that Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jackie Chan are in this for the long haul, like they're in the entire movie, I hate to say it, but they're basically glorified cameos, and that really sucks. They sold this on two people being in this movie heavily, and unfortunately, hate to disappoint you guys, but that is not the case, man. Maybe they have 10-15 minutes of screen time, maybe a little bit more, but that's it. And out of an almost 2-hour movie, yeah, that's pretty much a glorified cameo, guys. Sorry, but if they sold you on this, they sold you a false bag of beans. I hate to say it, man, but they honestly did. Sorry about that one, guys. And the only other thing I'm seeing over here, I mean, they do have this Clash of Champions Gold Rush thing, but they also have Doctor Who, the Faceless Ones, the DVD, the 3-disc set, actually. A fully animated Lost classic, over 2 hours of bonus features, never before aired. Very nice. Like I said, I'm not really much of a Doctor Who fan, so I can't really say if this is like a true like holy grail for Doctor Who lovers out there or something. But every now and again, they do come out with some sort of special Doctor Who stuff, sort of animated specials or like long lost movies or episodes that were believed to be forgotten. I don't know whether this is one of them or not. Well, looks interesting though. For all you Doctor Who lovers out there, I guess another item to add to the collection. Not half bad, man. Actually, not half bad overall. Again, they're all over on the end, man. Crazy, dude. Really, like again, if I was not really looking, I would never have known they were on the very bottom. Usually they're on the top here, but not so much, man. Hey, at least we got to see something. And with this Walmart, something is better than nothing. You know what I'm saying? Well, hey, not bad. Well, compared to last week. Let's head out. I'm just seriously happy to see something this week, guys. I mean, they got in the stuff from last week and some of the newer stuff this week, but not a ton of it. And honestly, if I didn't look down at the very bottom of that shelf, I would have never known they got any of the new releases. That was, I think, the first time they've ever really done that, is to put the new stuff on the very bottom. Honestly, if you're not looking for it, that's gonna get lost. I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know whether they care or not, but I'm just saying it's gonna get lost. But actually, I did find something else to show you guys, and it's a little interesting holiday cheer, dare I say. And over here, I actually wanted to show off something real quick, actually, guys, that I noticed before I left, which is these, almost like these holiday movies with these different editions that are just at Walmart. There's only a few of them, but I kind of wanted to show it off. They have these editions like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with these interesting sort of slipcovers that almost looks like it's like almost like a stained glass window or something, a very unique stained glass window design, almost like a jingle ball or something, which is really great. And it also comes with an exclusive holiday postcard as well, which is really nice. That's actually a really cool slipcover, man. I really like that. I like that design. That design's really nice, man. They have that. They also have A Christmas Story as well. Look at that. I love that design of the slipcover here. Oh, that's a really great design with like Ralphie and the leg and everything. Oh, that's a great slip, man. That's really cool. And the postcard as well. Oh, so nice. Look at that. Oh, that's really cool. They have that. They also have How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That's a really cool one too, man. And another holiday collector card, which is really nice. Look at that. Oh, that's really cool. Ultimate edition of that. They have the Polar Express here, and that's a really classic one with the train and everything. That's really cool too. Holiday postcard, another one from the North Pole. That's great. Look at that. Oh, that's really cool, the Polar Express one. Oh, and then they also have another one here, which I didn't even see, for the classic Christmas favorites as well. Oh, that's a really great one. I love that, with like the old school Santa Claus and Rudolph. Oh, that's really nice. I like that. I mean, like I said, I'm not much of a Christmas guy, but like some of these designs for these slips, they look really unique and genuine. That's really great, man. I really like that. And then they also have Smallfoot as well, and Smallfoot is really nice. I kind of like that, with sort of the Yeti and the guy there. That's a really cool design too. And another postcard from the Himalayas. Oh, that's really great. Oh, the Himalayas. That's a really cool one too. And then the other thing I'm seeing over here though is they do have the Blu-ray of the Essential Holiday Collection, which has Elf, Christmas Vacation, Polar Express, and The Christmas Story. So they have all four of them, plus another exclusive holiday postcard for Elf from New York City. Very nice, actually, which is a really, again, it's a really great cover with the jingle balls and sort of the holiday, almost like stained glass design. Nice. I mean, a great 4-pack, especially if you like these holiday movies. That's actually a really great collection. And the Blu-ray for $34.96 is actually a really great price. You have that, $7.96, $9.96, $9.96, and $9.96 as well. Actually, not bad, man. Some really great stuff here. I was actually just kind of noticing this, and I wanted to show it off because it's a really unique design. And I know sometimes some of you guys are really big slipcover collectors out there, and these are some really unique slipcover designs, man. Especially these two, which I really love, man. I think that's great, and especially with this one, I love that classic Santa Claus design, man. So cool. I I just had to show these off, man. I mean, for someone who, even though I have a cold heart at times for the holidays, these are pretty cool. A random holiday surprise, but I'll definitely take it. Not bad, man. I hadn't seen some sort of interesting, special, exclusive Walmart edition at this place in actually a while. And I gotta admit, I'm not actually like a huge, okay, I guess I am a slipcover collector to a certain extent, but I don't get everything. But those holiday ones, even though I kind of have like a cold, dead holiday heart a little bit, not gonna lie, it's still, those are actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, man. I actually really enjoyed them. And even though we got to see a couple releases, we got to see a couple Walmart exclusives with those slips, holiday postcards. So all in all, not bad. Could it have been better? Yes. But hey, look, something is better than nothing. And with this Walmart, hey, I'll take what I can get, guys. Hope you are happy with this trip. Let's head to the next location and see some more physical media goodness. All right, everybody. We are at our second location, Target. But before we go in, I wanted to talk to you guys about something. I always check out different unique articles and stuff about movies and physical media to kind of share with you guys, and this week is no exception. Now, with movie theaters still closed, some newly closing because of the rising of the COVID-19 pandemic yet again, everything is pretty much now going to streaming. But that might not always be a good thing because of the rise of piracy. Yes, so I was looking this up, very interesting, and so this says movie piracy is rising with studios skipping theater releases. Okay, so basically they end up saying that studios have tried to salvage some of their big budget films this year by selling them through streaming services for $20 or $30. But that business model has made it easier for pirates to illegally copy and share new releases, with an estimated loss of millions of potential customers for the production companies. Unlicensed downloads of Walt Disney Company's most recent picture, Mulan, have outpaced those of other movies since its September 4th U.S. debut on the Disney Plus streaming service, according to Torrent Freak, a website that tracks pirating activity on public servers. Compared with The Lion King, which came out last year in theaters, Mulan saw about twice as many downloads in the days and weeks after its release. Yeah. Now, there is some other interesting statistics in there, but you guys get the gist of it. I have never been for piracy. Not once. You have no idea how I've had like major debates and frankly shouting arguments with people who are very much believing in piracy, believing in stealing every single film that they could possibly get their hands on. I just don't believe in that. I don't believe in that at all. I don't think it's the right thing to do at all. But here's the thing about it for me, guys, honestly. So, with these streaming services now, I guess in some ways, if I'm really thinking about it, I can't really blame some of these people. Truth be told, guys, I can't really, because these streaming services are charging $30 for Mulan or $20 for just a regular old movie that comes on a streaming service. And at the end of the day, some of these movies, it's hard to justify that price. It really is. I mean, even though I've gone out of my way to say sometimes that's less than a movie ticket plus the concessions, and it is, but at the same time, it also is a little pricey just by yourself. And sometimes if you don't like that movie, you're out that $20, $30. You're not seeing that again. And on top of it, that is a rental fee. That doesn't mean you actually own the movie. So I think a lot of people see that problem and see the rising cost, especially with these streaming services, and say, fuck that. I mean, seriously. Piracy has always been an issue with movies. It has for a long, long, long time. And even if it was in the movie theaters, that's not to say the piracy would have never happened, because piracy would have happened regardless. It's just part of the nature of being a moviegoer, watching films. People are gonna pirate shit. It's just the way it is. But now with this pandemic, and now with everything coming to these streaming services, look, it's easier to pirate these films. It's easier to put them on these torrent sites, and it's easier to get them out to the masses more than it is for some of these streaming services to make the money. And so, where's the solution in all this at the end of the day? Well, some people would say the solution is bring back the movie theaters, but with this COVID-19 pandemic, that's not really a reality right now. Other people say, well, maybe these streaming services like a Netflix, like a Disney and Hulu and some of these others, maybe they can do some sort of like program on their sites in order to deter illegal downloads or, or pirating. And that has definitely been something that I believe they've had discussions about. I was curious if that was ever going to be a thing, because honestly, with a lot of other movies possibly going to streaming services, this is not going to stop. And if I'm some of these companies out there, these studios, I would be worried about these illegal downloads. I mean, before they didn't make up a huge chunk, they made up a smaller chunk of the market. But now, especially with people staying home more and not wanting to pay these exorbitant prices, this is only going to get worse. So where is the solution? Where are these companies going to go with this? And how are they going to manage this? Yet another wrinkle in the wonderful ongoing story of movies, streaming, and theaters. And now we put piracy into the mix. Oh, Lord. Good God, man. I have no idea, man. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I want to say it's about the movie and not about the money, but let's be real, guys. It's about the money, okay? It is. Let's be real here. It's about the money. These companies don't want to lose out on money, and if they're losing out enough on these illegal downloads, and it seems like they are, at least for the time being, then who knows what happens from then? Maybe we just don't even get the movies on streaming. Who knows, man? Something's gotta... Man, 2020 sucks. Okay? More shit. Whatever, guys. It's all a crapshoot nowadays with the movies. You guys know that, but now we got to deal with fucking illegal piracy, even more than before. It just goes to show you, more of a shitstorm. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about that. In the meantime, well, it is a decent release week. Target should have some cool stuff, hopefully. At least we saw a couple stuff at the last Walmart, so maybe this one will be an even better surprise like the past couple weeks. Hasn't been half bad over at Target. Let's check it out and see what they got. All right, everybody, we are in at Target, and okay, so this is the holiday display that I showed you guys a few weeks back that they had. They moved them all to the front. Usually they've been moving the new releases towards the side area over here, but okay, so they have Mulan, they have New Mutants, they have all of the stuff that they had from last week and the previous week. It's all here, but they don't have any of the new releases whatsoever. Seriously, nothing new at all, man. I'm dead serious. Even over here, the same stuff as well. I mean, so you're telling me that they still have all of these goddamn piece of shit Twilight Complete Saga Steelbooks, but they can't get any of the new releases in? I mean, there's nothing here. Over here that's new. Over here, all the same holiday movie stuff that I showed before. All that stuff here. Old Disney stuff. Older releases. Yeah, that's it. Nothing else. Holy shit. There's nothing. It's empty. Wow. Like, I thought we would have seen something at this Target. I mean, last week, we saw all of this stuff, man. A ton of really great stuff to show off. A ton of releases, a lot of really great stuff, but no, man, not at all. Nothing. Damn, man, damn. Well, that really sucks, man. That really sucks. Holy shit. Oh, man. Kind of reminds me of like last week with Walmart, but oh shit. Well, I guess that does it for Target. Shocker of a lifetime, but I guess I shouldn't be. Oh, let's head out. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. There is actually something to see this week. They actually have the Dances with Wolves Steelbook. Yeah, there you go. Theatrical cut, extended cut, and disc 3, which has all the bonus features. They do have that. The only thing they have this week. Whoop-de-doo, Basil. It is the complete opposite of what we had last week, where like the first Walmart had nothing, then this Target had a lot. Now, at least the first Walmart has something, and this has Zippity Zilcho. I don't know week to week, man. I have no idea what I'm in for week to week. I have no idea whether I'm in for a lot of really great physical media or whether I'm in for like a really like bad dumpster fire week at any of the stores. I have no idea. And this week, well, apparently nothing. I mean, I know it's not a huge like a major like release week, like major titles, but there's just still stuff to come out, man. But apparently not. Well, at least with this Target. But at least there is something to look forward to. Black Friday deals, baby. Not half bad. They did set up the display with all of the movies. Looks like some interesting stuff there. Buy two, get one free sale. Hopefully there is some good physical media to check out, but I'll be doing my big Black Friday extravaganza video very soon for you guys. Going to all the stores, checking out all the deals. But as far as new releases go at this place, yeah, Target went a little bit in the crapper, dare I say, man. I mean, I don't have high expectations for Target. I really don't. At least if they show something, a few things, then I'm a happy man. But this week, ooh, it's pretty rough, man. God, I want at least something. But I got nothing. Hopefully you guys have fared a little bit better at some of your Targets. Definitely let me know. But this one, yeah, my luck definitely ran out, man. That's for damn sure. Alright, well, sorry guys. Wish we would have seen some physical media, but, well, hey, at least we saw the Dances with Wolves Steelbook. That's good. Right? Let's head next location, and let's hope for more physical media. All right, everybody, we are at our third location, the second Walmart. I'm going to go in and check if there's any indie titles worth checking out, and let's hope that there is. If so, I'm going to bring them back to Film Fan 108 HQ and show them off for you guys. But before we go in, I wanted to talk about a movie trailer with you guys, and that is none other than Chaos Walking, baby. Yes, with Mads Mikkelsen, Tom Holland, Daisy Ridley, and quite a few others. And I was interested in checking this trailer out because I have heard really nothing but bad things about this movie, man. I've heard things about on-set issues, actors hating on other actors, a complete and utter fucking train wreck of a movie. The production of it was just terrible. I've heard nothing but bad things, so I'm like, okay, what's the trailer gonna be, man? And I actually really like the trailer. Seriously, I really do, man. I think the trailer's good. I I think the acting looks pretty solid. I think the sci-fi stuff looks pretty cool. I mean, basically, from what I gather in the trailer, it's about Daisy Ridley's character, who is an astronaut or a scientist, not really sure exactly, crash lands on this world, and the world is made up of only men, no women. And apparently all the women have died, and these men, you can see what their thoughts are. And she's not sure what's going on with this world. There seems to be something shady, but she can't quite make out what's going on. And she has to have this alliance with Tom Holland, who she kind of trusts, but not completely. I'm very curious about this movie. It looks good to me. It really does, man. I mean, I kind of want this movie to succeed in some way, because I would like to see Daisy Ridley get some more love outside of Star Wars. I would like to see the same thing from Tom Holland. He seems to be like Mr. Spider-Man guy, and he's great as Spider-Man, but he's got to be better than just Spider-Man to really go the distance as an actor. And this looks really good. Mads Mikkelsen, dude, the guy's always great, so that's just a given. But it looks mysterious. I like the sci-fi aspects of it. It looks like there's even some sort of alien action going on too. I think it's also based on a book, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I've never even read the book, so I don't even know what's going on, if it's going to be even similar to the book. But I am curious if they're going to release it in the movie theaters, or are they going to release it on streaming? I'm kind of curious, only because, I mean, obviously they're going to wait till next year to release it, but God knows what actually is going to happen next year. So I'm very curious about that. But honestly, it looks good. Now, mind you, let's be real for a second. Just because the movie trailer looks good doesn't exactly mean that the movie itself is going to be good. The movie could be an absolute train wreck, and the trailer just happened to look really good because they picked the best parts from the movie. Possible. But I like it. I'm willing to give it a chance, man. It looks pretty cool. I'm a big fan of science fiction. If science fiction is done well, sometimes a good idea is good, but when it's translated on the screen, not so much. But this one does look interesting to me. I'm very curious about this one. Let me know your thoughts on that. In the meantime, let's head into the second Walmart, and hopefully we'll see some interesting movies worth checking out. Well, I am in at the second Walmart. I'm not going to film for very long, guys, because I don't want them to start laying a hammer on me. But it is still pretty much a dead zone. Not much media here that they have, even like new releases and some of the indie stuff, not a lot. But they do have, thankfully, actually a few titles worth showing off that none of the other stores have. So, you know what that means. Let's head home to Film Fan Winaway headquarters and check out some of the indie goodness. Seth, take it away, buddy. Thank you, Seth. I will take it away from here, buddy. So, yeah, going into the second Walmart now has actually become kind of like, not sure what physical media I'll see, because it has literally been an empty shell of itself the past 3-4 weeks, man. And it's kind of actually really crazy, because going in there in sort of the late afternoon, early evening, I see one of the people stocking the shelves, and they're just starting to stock the shelves. And I sort of look really bewildered, because I'm like, wait a minute, it's called New Release Tuesday for a reason, because you put out the releases, yes, on a Tuesday, but really at the beginning of Tuesday, so that you have all day to sell the fucking media. And that has not been the case, man, which has just been really odd to me. But, that being said, this Walmart hasn't fared as good as it has. Now, can any store have, 3 or 4 bad weeks? Yes, absolutely. Look at Target. That pretty much proves that. But at the same time, this second Walmart has been so good all the time, and now not so much. Who knows? Maybe it's, the crazy busy holiday season and they can't keep up. Who the hell knows? But I haven't really been finding anything for 2 or 3 weeks. So I went into the second Walmart thinking, wow, I'm probably not going to find anything, man. Really not. And thankfully, that wasn't the case. I mean, I only found like 3 new releases to check out, but 3 is better than Zippo Zilch. You know what I mean? So even though it's a little light, light is better than nothing. So, with that being said, how about we check out the media from the second Walmart? Let's check out some interesting indie goodness, shall we? And the first thing I got here is the DVD digital of Buddy Games. No guts, no glory, no mercy. And what a cast here, man. Look, you got Kevin Dillon, Josh Duhamel, Olivia Munn, Dax Shepard, Nick Swartzen. I mean, that's a cast, man. I mean, they've assembled quite a few B and C level actors. Really? Yeah. Wow, it's great. Okay, look, I watched this on Amazon Prime. Okay, I did, and I watched the trailer beforehand. I knew what I was getting myself into. Motherfucker. God damn it. I knew it. And I did it anyways. Fuck. Man, I suffer. God damn it, I suffer for you motherfuckers. God damn you. Okay, so look. Basically what this movie's about is about these friends that they get together, every year for these sort of games. It's they get more wilder, more ridiculous, more over the top, and it's just sort of this competitive nature that these guys have, and the camaraderie and the friendship. And this movie's it's just a fucking waste. It's not that the movie's outright terrible, because some of it is really funny. There is moments here, just the outrageousness of the situation kind of calls for how crazy and funny some of it can be at times. But it's just, for the most part, really stupid. I mean, really, it's just beyond stupidity at times. I mean, some of the fucking games they do, you're like, what's the point? I mean, really, what the fuck is the point? You're putting meat on top of your head and having a lizard, come at you. Oh wow! Oh, we're gonna drink some laxative stuff and be at a bar and shit ourselves. Woo! Wow! We're some edgy motherfuckers. Woo! Shit, man, Jesus. God damn it. Some of the actors fare better than others. I mean, Josh Duhamel's not bad here. Kevin Dillon is all right, I guess. But it's people like Nick Swartzen and Dax Shepard that, man, I talk about being in the crapper as actors, especially Nick Swartzen, man. I mean, I used to like Nick Swartzen back in the day. And then he just became the sort of goofy, over the top sidekick dude for Adam Sandler. And it just all went to shit from there, man. He would do just ridiculous, stupid shit in an Adam Sandler movie to get paid. And now he's just doing the same thing outside of Adam Sandler shit. And basically, if I had to say what this movie is, it's basically like a glorified B level movie of Tag. You remember that movie Tag from like a couple years ago with Jeremy Renner and a bunch of those guys? Like that was a pretty decent movie. This is kind of that. This is kind of like, just the over the top, ridiculous, stupid version of that. And they just, well, if Tag did that, then we got to go way over the top and be even more ridiculous and more crazy. And it just doesn't help, man. It doesn't fucking help. This is just stupidity for stupidity's sake. And at the end of the day, some of it is mildly fun, but most of the time I was fucking groaning. And I just wanted to punch each and every one of these motherfuckers in the balls, including Olivia Munn. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she must have some sort of testicles, and I would punch them. Seriously, everybody deserves it for buddy games. I probably deserve it for watching this. Fuck my life. Oh, man. And down the next rabbit hole with Haunting of the Mary Celeste. Fear lies beneath. We're going to hell, motherfucker. Well, with the skull on that boat, that pretty much indicates it. Oh, look at that, man. Good lord. Yeah, I see some serious death in these motherfuckers' future, seriously. A researcher and her crew set out to prove that the disappearance of a family and crew from a merchant ship was for reasons having to do with the supernatural, or theory that those on the Mary Celeste vanished into a rift between dimensions. Proves true as their boat breaks down and her crew begins to vanish one by one. So wait a minute. You had the theory that they went into some weird dimension or some sort of like, Bermuda Triangle shit, and you're then surprised when it happens and people are dying around you and you're now scared for your life. They deserve it. They deserve it. Let me tell you, man. Oh, look, lady, you deserve to die. You deserve death. Okay? I just hope it's satisfying. I do, man. Look, this it's not like, there's some really good, honest to God, ship to see death movies. Like Virus with Jamie Lee Curtis. That's a pretty good one. Ghost Ship isn't half bad. I don't mind that one. But those movies are ones where, like, they go onto this ship not really knowing what's going to happen and not really knowing the true intentions of things, and they get caught up in the horror of it, right? This chick, from what the synopsis is like, well, she had this theory, she figured this would probably happen, and then decided, what the fuck, we're gonna take the gamble anyways, and now everybody dies because of her. Okay, fine. Lady, you deserve everything you get. I'm sure the movie is not terrible. I'm sure there's probably some good, decent scares in it, but for the most part, yeah, fuck this movie. fuck this movie, man. I'm getting to an age now where, I can only deal with so much stupidity in movies. You gotta bring something new and interesting to the table. And I just don't think The Haunting of the Mary Celeste is going to redefine the genre. You know what I'm saying? I just have a mild feeling. Maybe I'm wrong, but I highly, highly doubt it. On to the last piece of physical goodness from the second Walmart, and that is Then Came You. She's taken with him, and he's taken. So this actually came out last week, and I actually did watch it on Amazon Prime thinking it was going to be in stores at that week, but unfortunately it wasn't. To my surprise, it was actually at the second Walmart. Now, this movie is basically about this woman, Kathy Lee Gifford, who ends up going to this countryside, and the guy who owns the vacation place that she's staying, Craig Ferguson, they start to really be very friendly together and start to have this budding romance. And it's sort of the complications of that, and he's already with somebody, and they have to sort of deal with their true feelings for one another. Okay, so I went into this movie a little bit skeptical. Number one, because of Kathy Lee Gifford. Now, I'm going to be real with you guys. I do not like Kathy Lee Gifford, man. It's hard to describe, but it's something about her, man. I mean, she just looks like an absolute bitch. Is it just me, man? Like, just like she just comes across like that, man. Like she has resting bitch face. She does. I mean, damn, man. I mean, I can't say that about everybody, but Kathy Lee Gifford, yeah, I can say that, man. And I've just never really liked her. I remember when I was a kid, she was on, ABC with Regis, live with Regis and Kathy Lee, and I was just always like, God, I really don't like this woman. And I was just never, thought she was a very likable human being. And then there's Craig Ferguson, who I actually like more than Kathy Lee Gifford, but at times, not gonna lie, he can be a little annoying. And so I'm like, wow, two people I'm not really so interested in seeing on a big screen here or on my television. And I gotta end up like trying to connect with this movie. Oh, Lord, man. God, what am I in for? But honestly, I actually really like the movie. Like, truth be told, I really do, man. I mean, I do like the budding romance between the two of them. I like that it slowly sneaks up on them as sort of this sort of playful back and forth to sort of, her helping him out and this mutual understanding that they have to something that's a little bit more genuine and, a little more, heartfelt. And I really cared for these characters. I cared for them. I cared for whether they were going to be together. And I liked the simple, easygoing, old school romantic approach that this movie brought to that. I really did, man. And the movie's written by Kathy Lee Gifford. It's actually written by her. So here I am thinking, Jesus, it's written by her. It's going to be really terrible. And she pulls it off, man. Truth be told. Now, is the movie completely realistic? No, because to be honest with you, who is Craig Ferguson engaged to? Elizabeth Hurley. Now, when you see Elizabeth Hurley in this movie, I mean, she is dressed to kill, man. She is looking amazing. I mean, she's a good-looking lady, anyways. Let's be real here, but I mean, she is looking nice, and I'm thinking like, okay, come on, really? Like you would leave Elizabeth Hurley for Kathy Lee Gifford? Damn, man, we living in the motherfucking Twilight Zone here. Seriously, man, because that shit, man, that's I mean, where is like the doo 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 like where the fuck is Rod Serling to come out like, and this is the Twilight Zone. Like I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like I would never leave Elizabeth Hurley for Kathy Lee Gifford, man. If I did, I hope somebody would smack the shit out of me, man. Seriously. Good God, man. I mean, to be honest with you, the romance worked. The characters were likable. The situations were charming and heartfelt. It works. And I so was not expecting that, man. I sat there, at the beginning of the movie, my arms crossed, thinking to myself, this movie's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be god awful. And it proved me wrong. It literally did. So I gotta give this movie credit, man. I gotta give Kathy Lee Gifford credit. I don't want to, but I'm gonna be honest. I gotta give her credit. She pulled it off. Like, and I do like good old romance movies with sort of older people coming together and and finding each other after loss in their lives. For some reason I do. When I was younger, these type of movies would never interest me, but as I've gotten older, and I guess I've softened my heart a little bit, I tend to accept these movies a little bit more. even when I was a kid, I kind of still liked them anyways. I mean, movies like Murphy's Romance, which I've always really loved, they always got to me. And so this movie ended up actually working. Crazy enough, it really did. It's pretty decent overall. Kind of pains me to say that, but it is the truth. And I gotta be honest with you guys, and it actually worked. It really did. They pulled it off. Goddamn, Kathy Lee made me like her. Gotta take a shower now after this. I do. Oh, man. Oh, Lord. But, yeah, only 3 movies from the second Walmart this time, but some very interesting and unique ones to talk about by far. They're not all winners, but can they all be anyways? I doubt it. A little friendly rivalry, ship to sea horror, and old romance. Little interesting indie goodness, not half bad, guys. Now, look, it's only a little bit, but a little bit does go a long way, man. And I still truly want to show you as much physical media as I possibly can. So even if it's only a few titles, I still feel it's worth it to show it off to you guys regardless. And that's what I'm going to do, man. I'm going to go out of my way to show you guys the physical media the best I possibly can. Good, bad, ugly. I'm the guy with the physical media, and I want to show it off to you as much as I possibly can, man. So, at the end of the day, you know, whether it's 8 or 10 titles of indie goodness to show off, or if it's only 3, hey, like I said, something is better than nothing, and I will take it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little dive into some indie goodness from the second Walmart. So now, I guess now we're all done with being at Film Fan 108 headquarters. I guess it's time to head back out to check out the physical media. And trust me, guys, only some really great physical media ahead. Enough of me talking. Let's check it out. All right, everybody. We are at our 4th and final location, and it is a pleasure every single time I do the video going in to the Beast. Yes, we are back at Best Buy, baby. This has been a very interesting physical media week, to say the least. Sometimes seeing a lot, sometimes seeing not so much, but definitely some interesting titles. And now I'm curious as to what Best Buy is going to have in store. Could we see some exclusives? Could we see some interesting media we haven't seen yet? Well, it's quite possible, and you never know what the Beast has in store for us. Let's head in and check it out. All right, we are in at Best Buy under the new releases, and the only thing over in this section I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray of Ava for $15.99, and you know, I kind of said it over at Walmart, but it really is the truth that there's been a lot of really great kick-ass action movies with leading ladies. There really has been. I think far more than we honestly give it credit for. I mean, if you look back the past decade, I mean, there was Lucy, Salt, Hannah, Columbiana, Red Sparrow, Atomic Blonde. I mean, I could go on and on and on, man. And I love seeing kick-ass chicks, man. I love it, man. I really do, man. Because I think women can kick ass just as much as men can. I mean, really, honestly, maybe even more, okay? And I love seeing leading ladies really going forward and really kicking a hell of a lot of ass, man. I really love that a lot. And it's not like this is a new trend, because it's been going on for decades, man. I mean, decade upon decade. I mean, you look at the old school stuff, the blaxploitation films with these females from back in the day. You look at Sigourney Weaver or Uma Thurman, and you look at these ladies who have really paved the way for seeing a lot of these really wonderful action flicks now from some of these other women. people like a Jennifer Lawrence, you know, like an Angelina Jolie, Scarlett Johansson, which I think has definitely become, you know, an icon as well. I'm always really loving seeing great female kick-ass action flicks. Now, unfortunately, not every action flick with leading ladies is created equal, actually. I mean, even though Ava is really good, and it's actually not a bad kick-ass flick, unfortunately, the story kind of lags a bit, and I think sort of the family drama stuff doesn't really hit as hard as it could. It's still good because of Jessica Chastain, and the fight sequences here are amazing. Colin Farrell, her fight with him, unbelievable, man. Even John Malkovich kicks ass in this movie, dude. There's actually a fight scene between John Malkovich and Colin Farrell, and I was watching, I'm thinking like, wait a minute, John Malkovich and Colin Farrell, that should be no match. But I'm like, dude, it's John motherfucking Malkovich, man. I mean, he's still got a little fight left in that motherfucker. He still does, man. I mean, it's not bad, dude. It really is not bad. And where would I rank it among some of the newer female-led action flicks? I think Atomic Blonde is really great. I think Colombiana, I think it's probably maybe on par with Colombiana, I would say. And Colombiana's not bad, but it's not great either. I guess it depends on your speed of leading lady and what you're really looking for in your female-led action flicks. I'm kind of curious, man. What really attracts you to these type of flicks, man? Is it the actress? Is it the story? I'm kind of curious. Where do you guys go, man? And I mean, Jessica Chastain is amazing. Would I rank her above Scarlett Johansson or Angelina Jolie? I don't know. Probably not, but when she commits to a role, she really does, and this is definitely a commitment, man. She did a great job, so I will give her that, man. It's not top-tier female-led action movie, but it's not the worst, though, either. I think it's kind of in between, but the action, though, is phenomenal, man. No special features, unfortunately, but still a really kick-ass flick, man. Definitely worth at least checking out if you like some cool action, man. Not bad, man. And I do want to say that they have one more of those New Mutant Steelbooks, man, which I'm actually kind of shocked. I thought they would actually all sell out, but they didn't. I was amazed, man. Kind of goes to show you, if you're still looking for it, there may be one left, but they may be gone very, very soon, man. Not bad so far. Not bad at all. Let's see what else they got. And over on this side of Best Buy, I am seeing they have the Blu-ray digital of Iron Mask for $14.99. Oh, let's dive back into this really weird fucking fantasy movie. Good Lord, man. And as I kind of said at Walmart, it really is the truth. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jackie Chan teaming up together. I mean, technically they're not teaming up because they're adversaries in this movie, but it's just the fact that they're in the same movie together. I just never thought, as a movie fan, in my entire goddamn life, I would ever see these two in a movie together. Like, that's just wild, man. And there's been a lot of unlikely action duos in movie history. Like, I remember a little Robert De Niro and Charles Grodin in Midnight Run, and I'm thinking, boy, those two do not go together at all, man. But it worked, or even like if you remember that old Judge Dredd film, Sylvester Stallone teaming up with Rob Schneider. What? With the craziest, wackiest shit. You would, like, total absolute opposites, man. But somehow, I guess that, well, not really worked, but kinda, I suppose. I mean, even Arnold Schwarzenegger teaming up with Johnny Knoxville. Or Sylvester Stallone teaming up with 50 Cent. I mean, there's always these weird combos that make absolutely no sense. And I'm not saying that Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jackie Chan don't make sense together, because they kind of do. But like, they come from two different total like action styles. Like, Jackie Chan is more martial arts, more Hong Kong. Arnold Schwarzenegger is very much sort of the beefy, tough guy, gun-toting, fisticuffs type of dude. So it's kind of weird seeing them in a movie together, but it kind of works. And they do have a couple of fight scenes together, which is kind of cool, seeing the two different styles But unfortunately, it's just not enough, and I wish there was more, because had it just been a movie with those two going at each other, sort of this rivalry, it might have worked, actually. But it turns into this crazy fantasy epic that rips off, I mean, clearly rips off Pirates of the Caribbean. There's even actors from Pirates of the Caribbean in this fucking movie, man. I mean, they're borrowing from Lord of the Rings. They're borrowing from Mortal Kombat. They're borrowing from Pirates, man. They're borrowing from anything and everything to make this movie. And it's like throwing spaghetti at the fucking wall, man. I mean, only a little of it stuck. A lot of it fucking fell, man. I mean, like I said, it's interesting to see these two on screen together. Something I never thought I'd see in like my entire lifetime, but it's kind of all gone to waste in this film, and that's really unfortunate. There is certain things to like in this movie, and it's such an odd, fascinating film just to watch as a movie lover, but it massively falls short, man. That's a real damn shame, man. From the producer of Sin City, Dame to Kill for a Machete Kills. Well, there you go. That says it all right there, man. No wonder this thing is the way it is. Oh, baby. I mean, again, the movie's not terrible. The acting is decent, but damn, man. It's like they literally took a pot and stirred all kinds of stuff into it and then somehow came out with this weird piece of cinema, man. Damn. There is no special features, unfortunately. I would have loved somebody to explain to me what the fuck they were thinking while they were making this movie, but damn, man. Action's greatest stars, the world's biggest adventure. I only wish it was more than like 10 or 15 minutes, because it probably would have been good. Instead, man, this is a weird-ass oddity. And then we're seeing the Blu-ray DVD of Train to Busan presents Peninsula for $16.99. The 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray for $23.99. Now, as you can see, actually, what's interesting is the two slightly different covers, actually. Both are the same image, but one's in color, one's in more sort of gritty black and white. Both actually pretty cool covers, to be honest with you. I guess it depends on which one you're interested in, either the Blu-ray or the 4K, but both actually look pretty nice, man. Now, I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime, and I was really looking forward to this movie. Now, I've told you guys before, I love Train to Busan. I think that's an awesome zombie film. It really, truly is. And it came along at a time when I was sort of kind of getting tired of zombie films. There was nothing really new or interesting happening, and I felt like the genre was very tired. Nothing really inventive happening. And then Train to Busan came out and really lifted me up. And I was really just so amazed by the movie, and I loved the characters and the zombie action. Everything was great, man. And so it really gave me hope for the zombie genre. And then I heard rumblings about, well, they're going to do a sequel, and, you know, it's going to connect some of the characters, and there was a lot of rumors circulating around. At the end of the day, this movie does not actually have any of the same characters from the first film. Basically, it takes place 4 years after the events of Train to Busan, and the world is now basically ravaged to hell, and some of the survivors who had survived from the beginning of the film are sort of there in this sort of ravaged wasteland world trying to survive. And that's really where we go from there. I gotta admit, I really did like Peninsula. I thought it was a really solid zombie film, and it takes a lot of shades from George Romero. Like, there's a lot of things in here that it really reminisces about previous George Romero films. Like, there's a lot that I feel like they took from Land of the Dead, or even when the sort of sequel idea of not following the same characters from previous entries, sort of that became a George Romero thing with Dawn and Day and Land and Diary and all these other ones, where they never really carried over characters from the previous installment. They moved along the zombie apocalypse, but they always featured different characters. So that's where kind of Train to Busan is going with this. But I thought overall it was actually really a great zombie film. The action here is great. The zombies are awesome, man. I love the way they look. I love the way they move. Like, very, like, erratic. Almost like they can't quite stand up, or their limbs are hard to move around, and they sort of leap and jump at people. Like, really fascinating, like, movements for the zombie stuff. And I thought the characters were very sympathetic and at times very skeevy. And you could sort of tell that some of these people are not on the up and up. And you got to know people, you got to care about them and go through their dilemmas. And I quite like that, man. I like the sort of zombie apocalypse aspect to it. There's not a lot of movies that I really love the zombie apocalypse that has gone on. A lot of times I gravitate to more zombie films that are actually like the whole thing is starting and everyone is sort of rushing around and going and no one knows what's happening. There's not many ones that are set in the actual like apocalypse where things are going on and the ravaging has already happened and society has already turned into sort of a mess. I go back to movies like Land of the Dead that I really do enjoy. That's one of the only ones where I can really say was really cool, like zombie apocalypse flick. And I think Peninsula is right there as well. Now, is it as good as Train to Busan? No. I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't think it's as good as Train to Busan. I like the movie, I really do, but there's something about that first Train to Busan that I really loved, man. I think the characters are a little bit better. I think the zombie action is a little bit better. I cared about the characters, and the story gets a little bit more. But that being said, man, Peninsula turned out to be really well done. It was kind of a high bar to cross, to be honest with you. I mean, Train to Busan is really great, and I'm not saying that it crosses that bar, but it kind of almost comes close, man. I mean, really honestly does. Would they ever do a third Train to Busan film? I'm not sure, man, because, I mean, don't never say never, because they could always do something really cool and come up with a really cool concept, and I would definitely watch it. But I would be okay if they stopped here. I really would. I think it's a good way to end the double feature. And I think both of the films fit quite well together. I really do. Like I said, I think the action is tight here. The family drama stuff is really good. I like the dilemmas with the characters. I think the zombies are fucking awesome here. I think everything works to this movie's benefit. So for me, I did really like that. And honestly, there's not a lot of really like great wonderful zombie films that are coming out nowadays. They're average or mediocre, but for some reason the Train to Busan films are really great. And I think it's because the filmmakers really know what they're doing as far as the action and the drama is concerned. And I think they've also studied previous zombie films like the George Romero stuff to really know the do's and don'ts. And I think it really works, man. You get a making of, some interviews and trailers, and that's about it, man. But again, it's a really great movie, and if you're a zombie lover, if you love a lot of zombie films, this one, to me, is really worth investing your time into. Well, what do we have here? Finally seeing the Blu-ray of Better Call Saul Season 5 for $29.99. Oh yeah, baby, look at this. Better Call Saul. Damn. One of the other new releases this week, and I'm going to confession now, guys. I'm going to confession. I have never seen a single episode of Better Call Saul. I haven't, and truth be told, I've actually never seen any episode of Breaking Bad, which I know this is a prequel series to. I know, look, man, I get shit from people constantly still to this day. Oh my God, you haven't watched Breaking Bad? It's one of the best shows ever. What the hell are you waiting for? And I'm like, okay, I gotta watch it, I guess. And so, look, I get it, man. I gotta watch it. And I believe actually Breaking Bad is on Netflix, so that honestly is a really good excuse to kind of watch it. But what really interests me about Better Call Saul, from what everyone has talked to me about and it has told me, is that yes, you kind of know where some of these characters go from the Breaking Bad show. You kind of get it, you understand it. So some of that is already spoiled for you in a certain way, but it's a very still fantastic drama with amazing acting, still some really great twists and turns that you don't see coming. Everybody praises this show, and truth be told, I am kind of curious to check this show out. I really am, and I am kind of curious about it. But I want to know from you guys, is it better to watch this first or Breaking Bad? Because if this is a prequel to the Breaking Bad show in a lot of ways for certain characters, wouldn't it be better to watch this first and then do Breaking Bad? Or is it one of those things where you can watch Breaking Bad first and then go back and watch Better Call Saul to get all the references and the nods, and it's kind of cool that way? I'm very interested in what you guys think. Which one would you do? And I am actually also curious about this show because of Bob Odenkirk, who actually, back in the day, man, on HBO, I used to watch Mr. Show, and he was great on Mr. Show, man. So, Bob Odenkirk, man, I've had some good times with that guy over the years with some of the stuff he's done. And I've heard he's absolutely phenomenal in this show, man. I'm not sure how many seasons this is actually going to get. I believe they are doing a 6th season of Better Call Saul, but I'm assuming at a certain point the well kind of dries up, right? Because there's only so much story you can tell until you've pretty much caught up to Breaking Bad. Unless I'm wrong, but I don't know, man. Like I said, I've heard great things about this, and I believe it's actually from the same guy who also ended up creating Breaking Bad. I think Vince Gilligan. This is also from him too, and he's great. He was actually originally on the X-Files, being a writer for that show. So he's actually a phenomenal writer and creator. So I've heard really good things. I probably have to watch this at some point, but I'm curious. Breaking Bad first or Better Call Saul first? Very curious to know what you guys think about that one, man. But I'm actually pretty good special features. Not bad, man. If you're into Breaking Bad goodness and all the rest of the Better Call Saul show, season 5, baby, it's out, man. And also one other thing I'm noticing here, actually, they do have back in stock that massive Rambo collection, man, which looks phenomenal. Still, this thing is amazing, man. And actually, it's down to $84.99 now. I believe it was at $95 not too long back. So actually, it went down about $10, which is actually not bad. I actually wish it would go down more, because if it does, I do like the Rambo series. This is so tempting to get, guys. I'm not gonna lie, man. I would love to display this on one of my shelves, man. $84.99 is still a little high price for me, but man, if it goes down a little bit more, dude, I would love to get this. Seriously, man. This thing is a beautiful, beautiful goddamn set, man. Man, it's fucking gorgeous. Jesus, man. Beautiful. $85 though. Not so sure, man, but man, goddamn gorgeous that thing is. Not bad, and not bad releases so far. See if there's anything else. And then there's one more thing I wanted to show off for you guys, because I don't think I've shown it before. They have a lot of these different box sets over here. You know, the Critters and the Batman 4-film collection. Beautiful Friday the 13th. But there's one thing I don't think I've ever really shown off, and that is this massive, only at Best Buy, 9 movie Skywalker collection, 4K Blu-ray digital. This thing is fucking massive, man. Holy shit. Oh, look at that. God damn, that's gorgeous. Jesus. Man, they got a lot of them. 2, 4, 6. Shit, they got enough of them. I don't know what the price is, to be honest with you, but I mean, Jesus. This thing is, my God, look at that. Whoa. I love the design of this, man. What does it come with? 27 discs and an exclusive letter from Mark Hamill. Look at that. Man, that thing is thing is goddamn beautiful. I want to turn this thing over and see what the hell you got here. Wow, man. The Skywalker Saga Collector's Edition. One complete set for the first time. Look at that. You get collectible outer case, which opens up. Collectible book. Oh my god, look at all that. 27 discs, 4K Blu-ray, and bonus discs for each film, plus digital codes. And that exclusive letter from Mark Hamill. Shit. God damn, man. Woo. Fuck. If you are a Star Wars lover, damn, man. Or if you've been a good boy this year, tell your parents or your girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever, man. I've been really good this year. You know, I've been good. I've been eating my peas and carrots like Star Wars. Holy shit. Damn. I mean, I love Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, guys, but I can't say I love all the movies, though, man. I mean, if there was a really great set that maybe just had a really great, like, new set that came out and had maybe the first 3 or the first 6, like the originals, not the, like, doctored up versions, you know, the extra special feature shit, you know, extra CGI crap that George Lucas put in, like, the original stuff, then maybe I would, but damn, man. This is like a Star Wars fanboy's wet dream, man. I just had to show this thing off, man. This thing is massive. It's beautiful. It really honestly is, man. There's just so much stuff you get here. I had to show it off. I was like looking at this thing. I'm like, this thing is goddamn gorgeous. Woo, man. Hopefully you guys get this under your Christmas tree this year. Or maybe I can get it under my menorah. Or maybe it'll just like, the menorah will be on top of it. Or something. Who the hell knows, man? Good God. I just have to show it off because it's massive. It's gorgeous, man. Despite whatever you think of the rest of the movies, man, Disney, their packaging is amazing. And when Best Buy does an exclusive, come on, man. They really do. And this thing is fucking phenomenal, man. I had to show this thing off, man. Beautiful. Goddamn gorgeous. Man. All right, man. I had to show it because it was just too good not to show, man. But not bad this week. All right. Let's head out. Not so bad at the Beast this week. Not bad at all. Usually Best Buy is sort of the savior of the week in a lot of ways, and this week definitely proves the theory by far, man. I mean, we got to see most of the big new releases, stuff we hadn't seen at the other stores yet, and an exclusive that I hadn't quite seen before, and I definitely wanted to show off for you guys. Not half bad. And also, if you notice, right in here, right over the next aisle, they have all of the Black Friday goodness. So I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of that very soon as well. Not bad at the Beast. You most of the time can always rely on Best Buy. That's a fact. And I'm glad to prove it yet again. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's head home and finish the video. We interrupt this broadcast for some late-breaking news. We are not heading home, baby. We are now we're not heading home. We're not doing it. We're not heading home, man. There's more physical media to see, and I refuse to end the video. Refuse it. You guys can end the video right now if you want, but you would be missing out. Why? Well, you would be missing out on a little bit of Criterion Collection goodness. Yes, I think you are, because guess what? It's November. And what is one of the best things about November? Well, I mean, there's turkey, and I mean, there's so many physical media sales. I mean, it's pretty good. But there's also Criterion, man. Yes, the Criterion sale happens 2 times every year, and one of them happens to be in November, and I kept on thinking to myself, oh my God, November's almost over, and I have not been to Barnes & Noble's to check out the Criterion sale. What has been wrong with me? I gotta go and check it out. So we're not done, not by a long shot. We are going to check out the physical media goodness at Barnes and Nobles, baby. I love checking out this sale all the time, and I cannot wait to see what Barnes & Nobles has in store for this Criterion sale. I hope there's some really good stuff, but the only way to check it out is to actually go and see it for ourselves. So let's take a trip into some Criterion goodness. All right, everybody, the Criterion Collection sale, baby. 50% off. Now, the collections are over here now. They used to actually be over in this section right here, but they ended up moving it within the past like few months. So all of the Criterion Collection is goodness on this side and on the other side as well. So let's dive into some collection goodness, man. See what we got here. I fucking love this sale, man. Every single fucking time. All About Eve. The Age of Innocence, really good movie with Daniel Day-Lewis. Not many people really talk about that one, but that's not bad. That 400 Blows. I heard 400 Blows is good. I've never actually seen it, but I've heard good things about that one. That for frames. 12 Angry Men, which I got during the last sale. It's a great movie, man. I love the great courtroom drama. They did remake this movie years and years later with Jack Lemmon. And he did an awesome job. That's also a really good movie. It's actually a pretty good remake. Three Women. Apu Trilogy. There. Oh, Blue Velvet. Oh my god. I really love Blue Velvet. Blue Velvet, man, that is a fucked up movie, dude. This is a really fucked up film, man. Like, Dennis Hopper, like, breathing in sort of the go-go juicers or some fucking shit and goes fucking batshit insane, man. This is one crazy and weird film, man. But it's David Lynch, though, so David Lynch is a pretty fucked up filmmaker, man. So good, man. Oh, that's a really great one, dude. That's a really awesome one. That All That Jazz, really great flick. God. Oh, Bamboozled. Great flick. Bamboozled is really good, man. Honestly, you cannot make Bamboozled now, dude. Seriously. If you make Bamboozled now, you fucking get run out of America. I'm serious, man. You cannot. Like, give Spike Lee a lot of credit, man, because he made this, and it was actually controversial during the time that it came out. Just imagine now, dude. God. Crazy times, man. What about Cheers? Barry Lyndon. Barry Lyndon is a really great movie. Really fantastic Stanley Kubrick flick. It's long, very melodramatic, but very well done, man, and very well shot. It looks beautiful. It's not a movie many people talk about with Stanley Kubrick. They talk about, The Shining and, Eyes Wide Shut and Full Metal Jacket, and rightfully so. Those are great flicks, but many people pass on Barry Lyndon. Pretty good, actually. Blood Simple. Oh, my God. Blood Simple is so good, too. Oh, my God. The Coen brothers. Man. This is like one of their early films. So good, man. So good. Badlands. And, oh, don't you do forget about me. Dude, I love The Breakfast Club, man. The Breakfast Club is so great. Oh, my God, man. One of John Hughes' best films, man. I already have this edition, but this is one of the best high school teen movies of all time. And I dare you guys to say that I'm wrong. I goddamn dare you guys. So good, man. So good. God. And speaking of another great film is The Big Chill. The Big Chill is absolutely awesome. I love this movie, man. This is a great ensemble. Really great drama about the death of a friend and them coming together. So good, man. Look how great actors there is. Tom Berenger, Goldblum, William Hurt. Yeah, so many really great actors back in the day when we were really young. Damn. Then Boyhood. That Blue is the Warmest Color. I've heard that's a good flick, but I've never seen it. Yeah, they've got more Blue Velvet goodness. The Blob. I've seen the remake, and I love the remake, but I never have actually seen the original. Well, I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I've never seen, like, the whole thing. I know they have, like, a festival that people go to year in and year out that's dedicated to the Blob. Huh. Is it good? You know, like I said, I love the remake, so I'm kind of curious about this one. Life. Oh, being John Malkovich. I love this movie. Oh, this is such a great flick, being John Malkovich, man. I remember the first time I saw this, and I was like so bewildered. I'm like, wait a minute, so they go inside this thing, and technically they're inside John Malkovich's brain, and they're controlling him? And I just, once you got past the weirdness of it, man, it's so fun. And just batshit crazy and insane. Malkovich. So great movie, man. Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, great flick. Oh, Being There, a really great movie. Really great. And Peter Sellers is awesome in this flick, man. This is like one of the only times he ever did a really big dramatic role. Everybody remembers him from the Pink Panther films, and those are great, but Being There was the one that I think really he wanted, like, legitimacy as an actor. So good, man. That they have... Oh, Cat People. Nice, I love that cover. Breaking Point. Ah, Brazil. Oh my god, I love Brazil, man. I actually love Terry Gilliam as a filmmaker in general. Terry Gilliam is such a weird but fascinating director, man. And this is sort of this weird sort of sci-fi, you know, downer world. Sort of almost like a utilitarian world or something. Very interesting filmmaking and story here. Love that movie. No, yes. Blow Up. Charade. Really great flick. Women, more Cat People. Ah, Bull Durham, man. One of the best baseball movies of all time, man. Such a really great flick, man. Bull Durham is awesome. Love that movie, man. Man, Bull Durham is the tits. I love that movie. Kevin Costner's awesome. Brute Force. Brown. The Color of Pomegranates. Never heard of that one before. What is this? The Comfort of Strangers. Filmed by Paul Schrader. Look at that cover. Now that is one unique ass cover. I'm not gonna lie. Like, something's hiding his junk. Oh my god. Oh, that is so interesting. The Comfort of Strangers with Christopher Walken, Natasha Richardson, Helen Mirren. I don't think I've heard of this one. That does look interesting. Oh, they also got the Vanishing. Now, actually, they remade this movie with Kiefer Sutherland and Sandra Bullock, I believe, years and years later. And actually, that's the one I actually found. This original one was one I found much later. But actually, this was like the original one that spawned that remake. But this is actually a really good flick, man. It really is. About this guy that his girlfriend goes missing, and he tries to find out what happened to her. And man, God, it's like a gut punch what happens to that dude, man. Damn. It's a great flick, dude. Great flick. Even the remake's really good. Oh, they got Dazed and Confused. Oh my god. Man, I love Dazed and Confused. Jesus. Man, I haven't seen Dazed and Confused in a long time, man. I actually don't own this in the collection. But it's a really great flick, man. One of the best Richard Linklater flicks. Really is awesome, man. All the great young actors in here. And Matthew McConaughey, dude. Matthew McConaughey is so awesome in here. I get older, and they stay the same age. Oh, man. What a character, dude. God, such a great flick, man. Man, that's awesome. God. Days of Heaven. Oh, Kronos. Kronos is great. Kronos is the very first movie that Guillermo del Toro ever did. Okay, it's the very first one, man. And I love this. It's like a very like Spanish vampire tale. It's really unique and really interesting. I took a chance on it, and man, did I really love it. That was really well done, man. I did really like that one. Dean, Shadow, Don't by Law. Ooh, Do the Right Thing. Really great Spike Lee film. Actually, one of his best, in my opinion. Great flick, man. And again, I don't even know if you could make this film nowadays. Again, it's like Spike Lee's a great filmmaker, but a lot of his films, man, were like products of its time. It's like it would be even, it was controversial then, it would be major controversial now. Man, it was still so good. Oh, and Don't Look Now, another really great flick, man. Great one with Kiefer Sutherland and Julie Christie, where their daughter died, and they're trying to cope with that, and there's this person, almost like a little girl, that's wearing the same coat, and Kiefer Sutherland is trying to find out what's going on with her, and is he just imagining this? What's going on? And boy, man, what happens is like a gut punch, dude. Man, so good though. Really well done. Dylan there. Symbolic. See. Hearts. Dead Man. Oh, Eraserhead. Eraserhead is so good. Another really weird David Lynch movie. You get the drift. David Lynch is a just very weird director, man. Very weird. There. Oh, Easy Rider. Easy Rider is a great film, man. I love it. It's one of the great movies of its time. Just the political messaging that it had. The acting was incredible. It just had a lot to say about America. So fantastic. It doesn't, I mean, the America today and what this movie portrayed back in the day doesn't really mix together as much, but still a lot of things that maybe not resonate as much, but still do for many people, man. Really fantastic film, dude. And great. I mean, Dennis Hopper is awesome here, and so is Jack Nicholson. Oh, Election. Oh, so good of a movie. Matthew Broderick, Reese Witherspoon. I already own this edition, but this is great. This is one of like the really great dark black comedies of like the late 90s. So awesome, man. About this just election, that this really just this chick played by Reese Witherspoon, who is just like, she's very much a go-getter. She's somebody who wants to be, like the best at everything, and Matthew Broderick is just sick of this chick, and he just wants to ruin her life. Oh my God, so good. God, so good, man. Oh, and of course they did release The Elephant Man on Blu-ray as well. Such a great flick, man. Anthony Hopkins is awesome here, and so is John Hurt. Man, the makeup effects and the story is so well done. It's actually based on a real guy, which is very fascinating, man. It's a great flick. Old school black and white, too. That... Trouble. Oh, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Oh, I love this movie, man. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is so good, man. Another really wild Terry Gilliam film, man, based on a Hunter S. Thompson novel. And I remember when I watched this movie the first time and how batshit insane this film was. Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro, man. God damn. They give it their all in this movie. They really do. They go to some weird lengths, man. It is a bizarre film, but this is honestly, swear to God, one of my favorite films of all time. I fell in love with this, man. This is such a great flick. Love that movie. Oh, and by the way, just want to say that there's a commentary here with Hunter S. Thompson, and it is probably one of the most bizarre commentaries I've ever heard in my life, but it was so fun, man. That's talk about a commentary worth actually listening to. That is a great one. Fantastic Mr. Fox. Oh, great one, man. By Wes Anderson. Eventually, Criterion always releases all of Wes Anderson's films, and I'm waiting, just waiting right now for them to announce Isle of Dogs, which I'm hoping will be sometime soon, because I love that movie, and I held off on buying the new release when it first came out, because Criterion eventually released all of his stuff anyway, so I'm like, why not just wait? That's what I'm waiting for, man, but Wes Anderson's great, man. Turn around, Facing the Crowd, really good one. The Executioner, Europa, Fugitive Kind, Funny Games, man. What a really fucked up movie, man. But a really great flick, man. That's a good one. Alfred Hitchcock's Foreign Correspondent. Five Easy Pieces. This is a really great one as well. Not one really many people talk about as far as sort of Jack Nicholson's career. I remember watching this, I think when I was a teenager, man. I watched it for some class in high school. I do remember that, actually. And I remember, why the fuck were we watching this? And eventually it came down to, actually, we were watching these for, like, certain, like, things pertaining to, like, certain, like, points in history or something. And Five Easy Pieces was one of these movies, and I loved it, man. I thought it was going to be like, oh, God, this old movie I'm not going to relate to, but it was so good, man. Really well done. Very underrated flick, man. Graduation. Beauty. Ghost Dog. Oh, my God, man. I know this was one of the new releases that came out last week, I think. Man, I haven't seen Ghost Dog in such a long time. I remember really loving it, but it's been forever, man. This was one of those ones, very great underground films that people really love, man. Oh, God. Blast from the past, that one is. Good Morning. The Great Escape. Really great flick, man. Gunfighter. Godzilla. It's a really great one, man. Oh, it's so good. Speaking of good, The Graduate. Mrs. Robinson, I think you're seducing me. So good, man. Dustin Hoffman is really fantastic here. So is Anne Bancroft. So good, man. It's a really great movie, man. Just well acted and well told of a story. Really good movie, man. I like that one. Grand Budapest Hotel. I saw this in the movie theater. I think I saw this in the movie theater with Bob. I think we did, man. It had been a long time since I've seen this flick. I remember liking it. It's kind of wacky. Not one of my favorite ones by Wes Anderson, but a really solid one. Yeah, I probably would say that. The Game, another really great flick, man. A great David Fincher movie, which is not one that really gets mentioned a lot by people. You know, they talk about Seven and Fight Club and a lot of other ones he's done, but not The Game too much. And it's such a really great one about this rich guy, played by Michael Douglas, who his brother gets him this sort of like role-playing game for his birthday, but it just goes like way too far, man. It's really fantastic. Really tense. Snyder, Ghost World, really good flick. Oh, Friday. Oh, Hedwig. Great one, man. Love this flick. Great flick, man. Hedwig's a good one. Heaven Can Wait. Harold and Maude. Oh, man. So this is actually one of my girlfriend's favorite films of all time. And honestly, guys, I had not watched it until recently. My girlfriend found the old school DVD that she had, and she's like, we're gonna watch this. And I'm like, isn't this like really old kind of movie, and kind of like, isn't like he's really young and she's really old, and they kind of, you know, get together? Like, I was like, do I want to watch this? And she's like, it's really good. And of course she forced me to watch it, but I loved the movie. I thought it was great. I really did. About this kid who can't really relate to the world. He's very depressed and just kind of just a misfit of the world, and this older woman he really connects to, and her spirit and her life, and they kind of find each other at this crucial moment in their lives. Such a well done movie, man. I love the comedy here. I love the drama, and I actually, surprisingly, actually really even like the love story. I thought it was really well done. Harold and Maude, shocking, but I actually really enjoyed this flick. I know, sometimes I gotta listen to my girlfriend. She is, on occasion, hate to say it, right. Yeah. Rolling Stones, Gimme Shelter, The Hit, Escape, Do the Right Thing, Kiddo, Haxan. I am really interested in Haxan. This cover, man, I don't know what the fuck that thing is. I seriously don't, man, but I am very interested in this movie. I don't know much about it. I hear it's from, like, 1922, and I heard it's one of these movies that people really love, man. I don't know much about Haxan, but the imagery, I've seen some imagery, and it's really haunting and beautiful, and probably way ahead of its time for something in 1922. I've heard people really love this film, but I gotta find out more about it, man. I'm in the mood for love. I wanna hold your hand. All that. I get The Ice Storm, which is a really great movie by Ang Lee. I already own this edition, but, you know, most people don't even talk about this Ang Lee film. It's a great flick. Sigourney Weaver, Kevin Kline, Elijah Wood, Christina Ricci, Joan Allen. So many really great actors and actresses in this movie, man. It's really about sort of that time period in like the 70s, I believe. Very interesting and very fascinating, man, of a movie about a family sort of coming undone. Really, really great, man. I love that flick. Hoop Dreams, Games, Hunger, Holiday, Gunfighter, Island of Lost Souls. Oh, and speaking of something I was highly anticipating, oh my god, I can't believe they have it. The Irishman, baby. Oh, so good. Martin Scorsese's The Irishman, man. I love that cover. That is so good. I watched this on Netflix, man, and I didn't really know what I was getting myself into with The Irishman. I really didn't know, man, because, like, I love Martin Scorsese's work, man. I love his gangster films, and just as a filmmaker, he's brilliant. But I'm like, I don't know, man, with, like, the de-aging stuff and the length of the movie. But honestly, dude, this movie is fantastic. The Irishman is really well done. It's basically about this guy who is sort of like a fixer for a lot of these people within the mob. Robert De Niro plays the fixer, and it's these moments in history and the people around him, and the fact that, like, it's a true story in a lot of ways. Like it's based on a real guy's life and working with the mob. And it's such a great goddamn movie. The performances are awesome. Joe Pesci is amazing. Al Pacino, De Niro's awesome here. The directing by Scorsese is fantastic. The de-aging, honestly, is honestly really good. Like, yeah, there's moments where it comes off a little waxy, but overall, I was impressed by it, man. And the movie's like almost 3.5 hours long, all right? It's longer than fucking Titanic, man, okay? It's longer than the fucking Titanic. And I was really worried, man. I was like, oh my god, this thing's gonna be like a fucking chore. And you wanna know what? Dude, the time breezed by. Like, before I knew it, it was 2.5 hours. I'm like, oh my god, I got another hour left? Like, it breezed by, dude. This is like one of the easiest watches that I've ever had, watching on Netflix. Sometimes it's a slog to get through things, but The Irishman was easy. And I gotta admit that there's not many filmmakers that can pull off an over 3-hour movie. There's not many accomplished filmmakers that can do that and make it entertaining. Scorsese did it. And God love him, man. This is a great flick, man. I love this film, man. I'm so glad this got a physical release, man. So worth it. I mean, it's on Netflix right now. If you haven't watched it, definitely do it. But if you're a fan of gangster movies or even like a fan of Scorsese's work, gotta watch it, man. Gotta. It's a mad, mad world. In the heat of the night. Such a good flip film, man. Man, and way ahead of its time, dude. Way, way ahead of its time, man. In Cold Blood. The In-Laws. I believe they actually made a remake of this with Albert Brooks and Michael Douglas. Not nearly as good, though. Girlfriends. Oh, man, some really great stuff so far, man. This sale. Oh, my God, some really great titles, dude. Some awesome stuff. What else will we see? And more Criterion goodness on the other side? Oh, yes, I definitely think so, man. Oh, so good. Let's get diving into the other side here, man. Oh, man, so good. And they got some really great titles over here this time around, man. Sometimes they're like really empty, but not so much now. Jabberwocky. Fish Eye, Japan. Oh, there. Ventura. Oh, The Last Temptation of Christ. A really great one, man. Another really great Martin Scorsese film. Again, not one that many people really talk about in his filmography. More of one of the underappreciated ones, but so good. So really, really good. And Willem Dafoe's great in this. It's spring. The Last Emperor. This is actually a pretty good flick. I love that cover. I have no idea what this movie is, man. I just love the cover. That's so cool. Cover is so awesome, man. Love Streams, Life, Chaplin, Lady Eve, Cage. Oh, The Lure. Oh, man. I really love this movie, man. If you've never heard of this, check this thing out. This is, I believe, yeah, it's a Polish movie. It's basically about these two mermaid sisters who become a lounge singing act, and they lure men in order to eat them. like I'm serious, man. But I love this flick, man. And I even had conversations on Facebook with the director. I was trying to get one of the movie posters, and I wasn't able to do it. She told me I had to get through to the studio, and the studio wouldn't contact me. But I had a few like actually interesting interactions with her. She's actually a really great chick, man. Interesting, directed by a woman, man. It's a great film, man. It's weird mermaid horror love drama. So odd, man, but so really good. Earth. Lone Wolf Cub, Local Hero, Peter Falk, Fatties, Sweet, Let the Sunshine In. Oh, The New World by Terrence Malick. This is actually a really good film, man. Again, another Terrence Malick film no one ever really talks about. A lot of people talk about Thin Red Line, which is a really awesome movie. It's a really good one, actually. Christian Bale is really great in it. And so is Colin Farrell, too. Underappreciated, I would say that one is. Oh, speaking of... Oh, my God, I'm so happy to have this. Fucking Marriage Story, man. Oh, my God. Dude, I'm so happy. I really love Marriage Story, okay? So, I watched it on Netflix with my girlfriend, and my girlfriend wanted to really watch the movie, and... She's like, oh, let's watch Marriage Story. I'm interested. And I'm like, are you sure you want to watch Marriage Story? Because I'm like, that doesn't seem like a movie that like a loving couple should really be watching. Like, it's basically the dissolving of a love marriage relationship. I'm like, I don't know if we should watch this, honey. And she's like, no, I want to watch it. I'm like, okay. And I love this movie, man. I think it's so well done. The drama between these two characters and just how much love... You can see the love that they still have for each other, but they just can't be together. And it's so fantastic. The acting here is amazing. Scarlett Johansson is awesome here. And so is Adam Driver, man. It's such a well-told story. Man, really great. I know when this came out, everybody was searching for it, man. Oh, dude, so awesome, man. So awesome. Great flick. And actually, watching Marriage Story actually was kind of nice. It was sort of like do's and don'ts of being in a relationship. You know, don't sleep with other people. Seems simple enough, but you'd be really surprised. Oh, and by the way, this movie, if you wanted a really downer sort of divorced double feature, watch this along with Kramer and Kramer. Man, talk about hard-hitting stuff, man. Magnificent Obsession. Oh, I love that cover. The Man Who Knew Too Much. Okay, but Mrs. Miller. Modern Times, great flick. Midnight Cowboy. Oh, so good. I already own this edition, but it's a really great film, man. Jon Voight and Dustin Hoffman are so amazing here, man. And I just love, like, the New York City of the past. Really grimy and seedy. So good, man. So good, man. I love the cover. Very, with the colors. Kind of psychedelic. Moonrise. Moonstruck. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Oh, so shit. Moonstruck. Oh my god, I love Moonstruck, man. Damn, do I love this movie. I first watched this on VHS. My mother and father taped this movie on VHS, man. And I watched this. I love this film, man. It's about this Italian family and the complications that they have, and how she's sort of falling in love with this guy, but she's with somebody else, and you know, she's just trying to figure things out, and it's such a really great family love story, man. Nicolas Cage is fantastic here. Cher is fucking phenomenal, man. You know, I do like Cher in certain movie roles, but if she had never done anything else, dude, Moonstruck is great. I love the soundtrack, like the Italian music in here. I just love the story. It's such a really fantastic movie. It's always stuck with me. It's like one of my favorite sort of love story movies of all time. Moonstruck is so awesome. God. So good. Oh my goodness, man. I can't believe they have this. I'm so glad they do, actually. I might be spending a lot of money, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I could be spending way more money than I probably want to. Just saying. Oh, they can pray. Oh, Night of the Living Dead. I already own this edition, but this is the edition to get. Like, seriously, the edition. This is an awesome... I mean, it's to me, one of the best zombie movies of all time. Every zombie movie that has come after this owes a debt of gratitude to this film. It set the bar. It set where the genre was. It's such an amazing film, man. It really is amazing. It's awesome. It's so well done, man. Night of the Living Dead is amazing. And the ending to this film is like a fucking gut punch. Seriously. Like, what happens to that dude? I'm like, oh, man. Damn. Like, that was the first time I had seen such a downer ending. I was like, shit. Like, that just messed me up, man. Oh, and George Romero, it's one of the first films I ever saw of George Romero's. And I was hooked. I was an instant fan, man. So great, dude. It's an amazing release. Man, Godfrey... My Darling Clementine, great flick. Beautiful Laundrette. John Waters, Multiple Maniacs. I have never seen this one before. I seriously have never, but Divine. It would be interesting just for Divine, because, boy, man, she was one bold person, man. The stuff that she did in some of the John Waters movies, I'm like, wow, I couldn't believe anybody would do that shit, but she wanted fame, man. If you want fame, you'll do anything, man. Damn. Oh, and another David Lynch special, Mulholland Drive. Another really weird movie, man. David Lynch. So good, man. Naomi Watts is great here. It's a great flick. That's another really great one. And there. Night Porter. Oh, The Night of the Hunter. Oh man, I love this movie. Robert Mitchum and Shelley Winters is fantastic in this flick, man. And what I love about Robert Mitchum, he's just a force of nature, man. This guy is like literally unstoppable. He's going after these kids, trying to find something, and just killing people that are in his way. Such a great flick, man. Robert Mitchum was awesome, man. Oh, and speaking of some Jackie Chan goodness here, Police Story and Police Story 2. I gotta admit, a lot of these more Hong Kong, Japan, Chinese sort of action movies, I was never fully into them, but my father was. My father loved the old school, like, Jackie Chan stuff, man. And he wanted me to get into it. And I got into some of it, but not a lot of it. I've seen some of these movies, but not a lot of them. Police Story and Police Story 2. That. And Personal Shopper. I've heard good things about Personal Shopper. I have. I don't know how good it is, but I've heard decent things about this movie. Gotta look into that one. Path of Glory. Purple Noon. Oh, yeah. I almost forgot they actually put out a Criterion of Parasite. Like, there's literally, like, the Blu-ray edition, there's, like, a 4K edition, there's, like, now the Criterion edition. There's, like, so many editions of Parasite out there in the marketplace now. This is a great flick, man. This is awesome. About this family that's sort of trying to survive and feeding off of this other family and their wealth and influence. Really fascinating movie, man. Really love this flick, man. Definitely deserves a Criterion. Definitely. Ooh, Pan's Labyrinth. Oh, fantastic. Dude, I love Pan's Labyrinth. Another really great, almost like fairy tale messed up type of movie, man, by Guillermo del Toro. I love the imagery here. The guy with sort of the eyes on his hands, and sort of the fairies and sort of this mystical fairy tale world that's just slightly messed up and slightly wrong. And this young girl's journey. It's a fantastic movie, man. I love Guillermo del Toro as a filmmaker. Love that shit. Princess Bride, another really amazing movie, man. I love this flick. Now, I already own this edition. I actually own the Blu-ray edition, but this is a classic movie. This is like one of the best fairy tale movies of all time. Seriously. The comedy is endearing. The characters are lovable. And the story is timeless. I love this flick. So well done, man. Othello. Oh, Lost in America. Not a bad movie, actually. Pretty decent. Punch Drunk Love. A really great movie and a great serious role for Adam Sandler, man. You know, Adam Sandler is more of the comedy guy. Everyone sort of loves him as the comedy dude, but go look at some of his serious roles. He can be a really good actor if he really wants to be, man. Really. And this is one of the really good ones, honestly. Prince of Tides. Oh my god, man. Man, talk about a blast from the past. One of my mother's favorite movies, man. Seriously, The Prince of Tides is one of my mother's favorite films. I mean, she loves Barbra Streisand. She's Jewish. Hello. It's kind of like a prerequisite. If you're a Jewish old lady, you kind of have to like Barbra Streisand. It's kind of in the contract. So she loves Barbra Streisand, and she loves this movie, man. God, I remember watching this way too many fucking times, man, on VHS. Holy shit. Jesus Christ, man. Another John Waters classic, Polyester. Man, I've seen bits and pieces of Polyester, but not all of it. What a crazy, weird filmmaker John Waters is, man. Damn. The Player, really great flick. Pickpocket. And Room with a View. Oh, Roma there, but they also have this Roma as well. Now, I haven't actually seen Roma yet. I have not. I've heard good things about Roma. I know it's on Netflix. I gotta watch it, man. I've heard really great things. I actually like Alfonso Cuarón. Fantastic filmmaker. I just have not gotten a chance to watch Roma yet. But I'm going to watch it eventually, trust me. Whenever I find the time to do it. Ride with the Devil. Repo Man, really, really great flick, man. Really great flick. I borrowed this Criterion from my friend Ron. He loves this film. It's one of like his favorite films of all time. It's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, I really like this one a lot. Yeah, it's not bad. Royal Tenenbaums. Really great Wes Anderson film. Man, and the cast in here is awesome. That. Ooh, Rebecca, Alfred Hitchcock. They actually did a remake of this. They did a remake of this film through Netflix with Armie Hammer. They did, didn't they? Yeah. I gotta watch that flick. I've seen this movie, but it's been so long, man. I gotta watch that new one. But Alfred Hitchcock's amazing, actually. So any film he does is pretty much gold. Oh, Rosemary's Baby, so awesome, man. Rosemary's Baby is part of that weird, like, the devil's child is inside of me, and people are like trying to protect me because they're evil. Story. Oh my god, so great, man. And you never know whether like she's off her rocker and losing it, or it's all real. It's a very trippy film, man. It's a great flick though. And so is Rushmore. I own this Criterion edition, but Rushmore is so awesome, man. Actually, honestly, this is one of my favorite Wes Anderson movies of all time. I love this. Bill Murray is fucking hilarious in this film. Bill Murray is awesome in this flick, man. He's so good. He just plays this smarmy smartass so well, dude. Oh, so good. The Red Balloon, Tenenbaums, Raising the Sun, really great flick. Shame. Ooh, Shallow Grave. This is another one that's really great, man. I love Shallow Grave, dude. I really do. It's basically about this group of friends that live in this apartment complex, and one of these guys, one of the roommates dies and leaves a whole bunch of money, and now they are like, well, do we keep the money? Do we not? And they have to bury the guy, and then they're all having trust issues. So good, man. It's a really one of my favorite Danny Boyle films of all time. So good. Ooh, and then they have Sex, Lies, and Videotape. Ooh, this is a really good film, man. It's been so long since I've watched it, though. Oh, man. And Annie McDowell, Peter Gallagher, James Spader, man. So good. Great Steven Soderbergh, man. Awesome. Oh, Some Like It Hot. Very nice. I love this movie. Actually, this is my favorite Marilyn Monroe movie of all time, man. Jack Lemmon is hilarious in this. He is so great, man. Such a great movie by Billy Wilder. Oh, man. And boy, what a stunner Marilyn Monroe was, man. I just remember seeing this movie and I could see why somebody would instantly fall in love with Marilyn Monroe. She was just so attractive in so many ways, man. Just her beauty radiated off the screen, man. And she did a good job in this movie, and I thought it was a pretty funny flick. I like this one. Seven Samurai, really great flick. Actually, this is one that I believe influenced Star Wars, if I'm not mistaken. One of the movies that influenced George Lucas. Great flick, man. Seven Samurai is awesome. Any Shorts. Rumblefish. Really great flick. I like Rumblefish. The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's another really great film, and actually one of my favorite Wes Anderson movies. The cast here is amazing. I love Bill Murray in this. It's very sarcastic, very weird of a movie, of sort of this documentary crew filming this movie about this guy's life. some of the like out there humor, but the dry stuff really fun, man. I like that stuff so much, man. So good. And they have Scanners. God, Scanners is so good. When that guy's head explodes. Like that's the like one scene from the movie you see constantly. But it's such a good flick, man. Man, and what a David Cronenberg film. And David Cronenberg, man, he does like body horror like nobody's business. Squid and the Whale. Something Wild. Really great Jonathan Demme comedy. It's an awesome flick. Ooh, Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Lambs is great. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a bottle of Chianti. So good. Oh my God, Anthony Hopkins is amazing in this role. Hello, Clarice. Oh man, Jodie Foster is amazing here. Buffalo Bill. Man, it's such an iconic film, man. It literally brought Hannibal Lecter to the mainstream, and rightfully so, man. So awesome, dude. These Sisters, really great flick with Margot Kidder. Really like this one, man. Like multiple personality film. So good, man. I like that flick. Sid and Nancy. Oh, another really great one, man. So good. That's a really great one. Showboat. Shampoo. God, old school one, man. And look how young Warren Beatty was, man. Shit. Fucking Goldie Hawn. Damn, man. Blast from the fucking past, man. Yo. Oh, The Thin Red Line. Speaking of that movie, this is one of my favorite war movies of all time. Seriously, it is one of my favorite war films ever. I love this film. This is a great war film, man. I mean, this movie came out around the same time as Saving Private Ryan. And this movie kind of got sidelined a bit because Saving Private Ryan was so popular. And people just forgot about this movie. But it is a great war flick, man. Really, one of the best. If you've never watched it, easily a recommend, man. Easily. Blue Line, Thief. Gulliver's Travels, or Sullivan's Travels, I should say. Sweet Smell of Success. The Tree of Life. I remember watching The Tree of Life, and I still to this day, I'm not gonna lie, I can't tell you what that film's about. I mean, I know it's about childhood in a certain way, and like growing up, but the movie is just so abstract and so like all over the place. Some of it to me doesn't make a lick of sense, man. It's a fascinating watch, but I don't know about you, I was kind of confused, man. Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. So good. And such a wild trip, man. Twin Peaks. I love Twin Peaks, but Twin Peaks can be a really fucked up journey. You have literally no idea what the hell is going on half the time. And of course, again, it's David Lynch, so of course it's not going to make any goddamn sense. But it's so well done, man. God, so good. God, Twin Peaks is fantastic. It kind of, when you watch all of the stuff together, the original show run, this film, and then the later season, it kind of makes sense. But you need a lot of graphs and charts, but so good, man. Ooh, Traffic, another really great Steven Soderbergh flick. I think I saw this in the movie theater with my mother. And the things I see in the movie theater with my mom, good lord. A great drug trafficking movie, man. Benicio del Toro's awesome here. Michael Douglas is great. Really great, gritty tale. I love that flick. That. Tootsie. Oh my god. I actually showed this movie to my girlfriend because she had never heard of Tootsie before. And I'm like, wait a minute, you've never heard of Tootsie? What world are you living in where you've never watched Tootsie? We've got to change that. and we watched it. She actually liked it. It was interesting because my girlfriend's very much a feminist, and she sort of looks at Tootsie in the eyes of sort of a man looking through a woman's perspective, and it's a very interesting film in that way. She actually thought it was really fascinating. I mean, it's a really good comedy. There's funny moments, but there's so much more to it. And her and I had a really great discussion on the film, man. And Dustin Hoffman, as a woman, I'd probably fuck her. Just saying. Tom Jones, True Stories, or Time Bandits, man. Another really great Terry Gilliam flick, man. So good. So fantastic, man. What a really great Terry Gilliam film. As you can tell, I love Terry Gilliam, man. Thief, Ton of Blood. So much great stuff, man. Jesus. Slacker by Richard Linklater. I don't think I've ever actually seen Slacker. I gotta look into this. Is this good? Is Richard Linklater Slacker good? You gotta let me know. Y2 Mama Tambian, great flick, man. Another really great Alfonso Cuarón film, man. So awesome. This is a really great film, man. If you guys have never seen Y2 Mama Tambian, and that's an eye-opening film. Jesus. Oh, and another one is The Virgin Suicides. Man, you know, I can't say that I love everything Sofia Coppola has done, but like The Virgin Suicides is one of the best films she's seriously ever done. It's amazing, man. Virgin Suicides is fantastic. That's a great flick. Vampire. So good, man. Oh, so fantastic. Girl and Unmarried Woman. Traveling Clogs. Oh, the old school War of the Worlds. So fantastic. Oh, so good. God. He's Muhammad Ali. Oh, man. Dude, I love this sale, man. Seriously. I seriously love this sale every single time, man. God. Dude, seriously, every single time this sale happens, I am like in love with everything, dude. I don't know what to get, but I think this time around, I'm gonna get a lot of stuff, man. I don't know what to pick. Help me. It's so awesome, man. The Criterion sale every single time. Amazing. And they even, guys, have some Criterions over here. Stuff that we didn't see over on the other side. Like they have Straw Dogs. They have... what's that other one that I saw? Oh, they have the Beatles, A Hard Day's Night. The Brood. Love that cover, man. Even Bowling for Columbine as well. They have a lot of selection this time around, guys. Like, a lot. I have a feeling I'm going to be walking out of here with a lot of Criterions. Oh, my God. If I spend $200, then it's going to be well worth it, guys. There's a lot of titles that I'm going to grab. Like, seriously, there's a lot of them, man. And actually, speaking of which, they also have some interesting steelbooks over here as well. They have that Goodfellas one. They have Taxi Driver, Wonder Woman, Wizard of Oz. They have that Close Encounters of the Kind 4K steelbook, which is really cool. They also have Easy Rider steel, the Arrow Weird Science, Beetlejuice, Christmas Story, Stripes. Very nice. And actually something else I saw over here that I haven't seen before at any other place, they also have Mystery Science Theater 3000, the Netflix original. Man, wow, I haven't seen this one anywhere else either. Damn, man. Whoa. Shit. Oh my God, so many titles. Oh, this is a really great sale to check out every single time, man. It happens, dude. I love checking out the sale. I don't know what to get. There's so many good titles, man. Oh my God, dude. I think I'm gonna get a few things. I definitely think I am, man. I hope you guys take advantage of the Criterion Collection sale because it is worth it. I mean, first of all, it's half off. How can you really beat half off? And also, the titles are awesome. I look forward to sale every single year, and I think this time around is not disappointing by far, man. Oh, I gotta pick out my titles that I'm gonna get. Wish me luck, guys. Oh Lord, guys. Oh my God, I just got out of Barnes & Noble. Holy shit, look at how much fucking physical media I got. Oh, I bought a lot of Criterions, guys. Holy shit. Oh, I knew it. I so knew it. Oh my God. Yeah, so that's pretty bad, man. That is pretty rough, dude. So I am, oh my God, I am all physical media out, man. Good Lord, man. Buying so much from the Criterion sale, plus checking out all the media. Oh, I knew I was in for it. Knew I was in for it once I went in there. God damn it, man. Well, I'll show you all that I picked up, plus much more. Let's head home and finish this video. Alright, everybody. That'll do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week. And my God, man, it started off a little rough, but it got so much better, man. And overall, a decent physical media week, good amount of stuff to show off, and the Criterion sale on top of it, man. Oh, some good stuff, man. And all before the big Black Friday sale hit, baby. Oh, had to show off as much as I possibly could to you guys. Now, let's get into it because, boy, I got a lot of stuff here. So if I don't get into it fast, man, gonna be here a long while. We already are anyways, but let's get into it, shall we? Now, by the way, there's been a lot of great stuff this week. Hope you picked up something good. If you did, definitely let me know. As far as I'm concerned, wow, holy crap. So, the first thing that I got, guys, okay, first thing is actually a package from Diabolic DVD. Now, this, oh baby, this is actually another Lucio Fulci film, man. You know, I'm on this quest, man. I'm going on this quest for all the physical media, Fulci goodness that I can possibly get my hands on. And this one has been on the market for a long time, but I've never gotten it before. And I was like, wow, okay, one that I haven't gotten yet. I gotta get it, man. I gotta get it for the Fulci collection, man. So I decided, what the hell, man. So this one is interesting. It takes place sort of after a lot of Fulci's big, well-known gore fest, and sort of before some of his later, more work where, you know, people sort of thought he fell off. This is kind of in between that a little bit. It's an interesting movie from what I know, and another Fulci to add to the collection, not half bad. So I got that. Also, I ended up getting a couple of releases from Retro Media on eBay. Now, these are actually two films directed by Fred Olen Ray. These are new to the market, and I decided to get them because I actually like Fred Olen Ray, man. I mean, I own a couple of his releases, Evil Tunes, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. He's a very eccentric, very unique and entertaining filmmaker, and these are two very different flicks. One is almost like a sci-fi fantasy, you know, porno flick. I mean, the best I can say it. And the other one is almost like a monster creature horror flick. Two totally different spectrums, man. But a very unique film. Haven't watched them in a long time. Well, one I haven't. The other one I've never seen. So I am looking forward to this. So I got two titles from eBay through Retro Media Company. Unique, interesting films by far. Then I ended up actually getting a package in the mail from Amazon UK. Okay, so this is actually a title that I already own in the collection. However, Oh, I could not pass up on this edition. I couldn't pass up on it, guys. It's a horror film, and that's all I can tell you. Because if I tell you the one thing that I want to tell you, you guys will know it immediately, and I cannot do that. So let's just put it this way: it comes from Eureka Entertainment, and oh, I bit the bullet, man. I couldn't. I had to, man. I had to bite the bullet on that one. So I got that. I also ended up getting this in the mail, baby. Another one from Diabolic DVD, and this, woo! What the fuck is this? Well, I know what the fuck it is. I do. You guys don't. And you guys won't find out until my Blu-ray Pickles video, which will drop hopefully next month, but no guarantees. It'll show off all of the titles that I got for the month of November, and it actually is going to turn out to be pretty good. There's a bunch of titles that I got here, plus a few titles that are coming in the next day or two that I'll be adding to the list. Collector's editions, limited editions, retro titles, out-of-print goodness. It ended up actually turning out pretty good this month. Thought it wasn't going to be, but surprise, surprise, not half bad. So definitely stay tuned to that. Now that that's out of the way, I gotta talk about Barnes & Noble. I gotta talk about the Criterion collection, man. Oh my fucking lord. Look at this. Look at this. This is crazy, man. I'm gonna show off all of the media that I got, man. Holy shit. Woo! Man, I picked up a lot of stuff. The first thing I picked up is I picked up Blue Velvet. I had to, man. I love this movie, and I have never owned it in the collection. Like, crazy enough, man. Some weird David Lynch, but damn do I love this really bizarre, messed up film, man. Blue Velvet, very fun and great addition, so I picked that up. I also ended up picking up Harold and Maude. Okay, I picked it up because I actually ended up liking the movie, and it's a nice little thing to say to my girlfriend, hey, I picked up a movie that I know that you really love, and yeah, you know, I love you by putting a weird, love relationship between, a young teen boy and an older woman. Sure, that says love. Okay, it's still a good film, man. I like it. Harold and Maude, I got that. I also ended up getting Being There, which I've always actually wanted in the collection. It's always one of those ones that I can always point to as like, okay, this is serious Peter Sellers. Have always really liked Peter Sellers. I've always really appreciated his work, but this is a very interesting, unique, outside of sort of the ballpark range of what he did as an actor. Very unique stuff. Glad to finally pick that up. I also ended up getting Easy Rider. Yeah, I picked up Easy Rider, man. I love this film, and actually years ago I used to own the DVD of it, and I got rid of that for some odd reason. Who the heck really knows now? And I was like, oh wow, I had totally forgotten that this had gotten the Criterion release, and I was like, wow, I gotta get this. So glad to finally have this back in the collection. I picked up Dazed and Confused. I had to pick up Dazed and Confused. So awesome. I love this movie. I've never owned it on any edition, and it was about damn time that I got it in the collection because it's so good, and why haven't I yet? Might as well. And Criterion, well worth it. I also ended up picking up Marriage Story. Yes, I definitely wanted to pick this thing up, man. I love this movie. I love this movie, man. The acting and the drama. It's just like Kramer versus Kramer, and that's such an amazing movie. I had to get it. Marriage Story, well worth it. I also picked up Moonstruck. Oh my god. If I didn't pick this up, I think my mother was going to kill me, for Christ's sake. My Lord, Moonstruck, baby. It's so good. Cher, Nicolas Cage, the whole Italian vibe, the music, the love story, everything's amazing. I love this film to death. Such a great flick. And last but certainly not least, yes, you guessed it, guys, I did pick up The Irishman, man. Oh, I had to pick it up, man. I had to pick up The Irishman. I couldn't pass it up, guys. So amazing. I could not pass this movie up. It's a great Martin Scorsese film. I'm so happy this thing got a physical media release. It's such a great flick. 3 hours and 20 some odd minutes, but it breezes by. Such a great story, and I love it so much, man. Love it. Great flick. Honestly, amazing. So I picked up all those, man. Oh my god, guys. Okay, look. I spent over $180 on all this. And I could have spent a hell of a lot more, but I held back, baby. Oh my god, man. Crazy. I told you guys I was going to do that. But that is actually not all, guys. Out of all the physical media that I got, there's actually one more thing. And I actually ended up getting a review copy in the mail for me from the UK. It just came on my doorstep. And this is an interesting sort of sci-fi action flick that they asked me to review. So next week, you are going to get a brand new, interesting physical media review for this wonderful title that I got from the UK. I cannot wait, guys. So my God, man, I've got so much physical media. It's coming out my goddamn ears, man. So crazy, man. A lot of really great stuff this time, on top of the Black Friday video that's coming, the September pickups, and so much more. Physical media definitely reigns supreme in this household, baby. And before I let you guys go, I wanted to talk about this, and it is official, guys. Wonder Woman 1984 has a definitive release date. The end of December, it is coming to both theaters and streaming on the very same day. Now, it's great to have an actual rock-solid date that everyone's going to be able to watch it. Finally get this movie out there to the masses. But let's be real for a second. Let's be very real here. That release date is a month from now. There is not going to be the vast majority of movie theaters that are going to be open. That's just not going to be a reality. So most people are going to watch this through streaming. That's the reality. Most people are going to watch this through that streaming platform, through HBO Max. And whether you like it or not, this is the reality. I mean, there's even rumors of a very high-profile Disney film that will be going straight to Disney Plus very soon. If the rumors are true, along with Wonder Woman 1984 and a lot of other high-profile movies that have went to streaming, this pretty much is now the knockout blow to movie theaters. I mean, in reality, it really is. And I know that a lot of people have tried to stop this from happening. I mean, I remember Patty Jenkins, who directed Wonder Woman 1984. She came out like a couple months back, and she was like, "Oh, we're definitely not going to streaming. We're not going to streaming at all. This is in the movie theater, baby. That's where we're going. We are forget about streaming." And at the end of the day, I respected her thoughts, but I'm sorry, Patty, you don't own this movie. You don't own it. Yes, you directed it, but you do not own this film. Warner Brothers owns this film, and they could do whatever the fuck they want, which they did. I mean, I'm glad that it's coming to some theaters, but it's mainly going to be a streaming movie. And people are going to want to stream this. They're going to want to, man. This is going to be a big get for people. This will be. And if the rumors are true, the other big movie is going to be another one. But this is the norm. This is the knockout blow to movie theaters. I mean, essentially, it really is. Now, earlier I talked about the whole piracy issue and everything going on with that. And yes, that is something that they have to deal with. This is a dilemma that's going to have to be fixed. Because whether we like it or not, streaming is the new movie-going experience. Now, 2021 is going to be a very interesting year to see where movie theaters eventually land, good or bad. But it has already been dealt such a death blow that can it come back up from the count? I mean, doing this with Wonder Woman 1984 and a lot of the other movies that have happened to go to streaming, it's just been a beatdown for the movie theaters. On the other hand, think about this. A lot of these big studios are banking on streaming now. A lot of them, quite frankly, have completely abandoned the movie theater idea. Or if they haven't, a lot of them are like Universal that are making these deals with these movie theater companies to say, hey, by the way, we're going to do a 30 some odd day theatrical window for these big films, and then 17 days if they make under $50 million. So essentially, they're cutting theaters loose. But what happens if they bet wrong? What happens if they think streaming is going to be the be-all, end-all and the new movie theater experience staying at home, and they predicted wrong? And they put their movies into the streaming platforms, and then they just bomb, where they would have succeeded in the movie theaters. I mean, look at something like Soul. I mean, Soul coming to Disney Plus, I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful movie and people are going to want to watch it. But had they pulled that movie back, had they waited, I have a feeling it would have made a lot of money at the box office. It would have. Right now, we're in such an uneven bubble. We're in an uneven bubble because nobody knows where the future is going to go at this point. Movie theaters have been beat down so much that at this point, it seems very unlikely that they could ever really make as big of a comeback as we were hoping. On the other hand, is streaming such a complete sure thing that you're absolutely positive that releasing a brand new movie on streaming once movie theaters are back in business is going to be the best option? There's no telling, guys. Honestly, there really is no telling. So, at the end of the day, this is a big gamble, and I don't know who's going to win out and who isn't. But I look at Wonder Woman 1984, and I see that film as just one of those big, like a big old body blow right to the face of movie theaters. And will they be able to recover? I mean, think about the fact that Bond almost got on a streaming service. James Bond almost went to a streaming service. And they just barely said no and kept it in for the theatrical window. I gotta tell you, if the rumors are true about the Disney film that's coming, and with the Wonder Woman thing, basically movie theaters are in trouble, man. They're in big trouble. And it's hard for movie theaters to say to these movie studios, oh, by the way, we want you to wait. We want you to wait on this release until May or June of next year. And, these big executives in these movie studios have to then go to the movie theaters and they have to say, can you 100% guarantee us that by the time summer of next year rolls around that everything is going to be perfect again? And that we'll be back to normal and the movie theaters are going to be crowded and everything. Can you 100% guarantee me? And I can guarantee you guys that basically they are saying no. They cannot guarantee anything at this point. And this is just one crazy thing after another. I mean, with the COVID-19 pandemic resurging yet again, I mean, in my state, we're starting to get a little worse off again. In fact, we're closing barbershops now, and we're limiting more things yet again. And so it's tough, man. It's tough to predict anything. And so a lot of these movie studios have to take the gamble. They have to. And movie theaters be damned. But at the same time, if you're going to kill movie theaters, you better damn well make sure that you can trust the streaming platforms. And that they're going to pay off for you. Because if they're not, then man, you gambled wrong. And that might be the death knell for some of these movie studios as well. And then where does that leave us? Oh my god. It's fucking nuts, man. It's fucking crazy. I wish I had a crystal ball. I wish I could predict the future, because I can't predict shit, man. So, oh Lord, where do you guys sign on all this? Do you think that streaming is the future? Do you think that the gamble will pay off? Or do you think that movie theaters will make the huge comeback? Do you think that it should be this same day release of same day on streaming, same day in theaters? Do you agree with the Universal deal they've been making with movie theaters? What the hell does the future hold, man? Let me know. Oh, what a clusterfuck, honestly. 2020. Dare I say more? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely give it the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray and DVD Tuesday videos I do every single week. The movie reviews with my friends, movie hunting videos, Blu-ray pickups, live streams, and much, much more. If you are a lover of movies and physical media, hit subscribe and become a part of the Film Fan Nation. I want to thank my wonderful subscribers. You guys are over the moon, beyond wonderful. The great comments, the wonderful feedback, liking the videos, the great messages I get from you guys on social media, it's awesome. And it keeps me going. You give me the love, and I hope I give the love right back to you. So thank you. And keep up to date with everything I'm doing through Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. FilmFan108. Keep up to date with everything I'm doing, plus special pictures and videos I do from time to time on social media as well. Alright guys, I will see you back next week for a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video. Take care everybody, and 'tis the time of year for happy hunting.